Hey there, what's up? Welcome back to Extra Coding YouTube channel by Adrika Bhadoria. So friends, in today's video, we're gonna learn object-oriented programming. OOP. So, what is OOP? So guys, OOP makes the program easier to manage and it also helps in real-world programming. Okay, so here let me write in short that it makes program easier to manage and help in real world programming. Yeah. So friends, doesn't change the functionality of the program, but it makes program easier so that you can manage it as it is written in the definition that OOP makes the program easier to manage and help in real world programming. So guys, in object oriented programming, you'll come across some new words that are class, object, and object is also called an instance, right? And then there's method. So let's see what is a class. So with the help of a class, we decide that what will be the object of our class and what will be its functionalities. Okay, and here what is an object? So let me show you what is an object. Suppose if I have a string, okay, Adrika, okay, so we have a string here. Now here suppose I have two strings. Now if I use split function here, so string dot split, right, and it will be splitted with a space. And now let's print it, right. So if I'll run it, see Adrika Bhadoria, it's a list now because it has been splitted. Okay, so here this variable, as you can see here, this variable named string is the object, and it is the object of which class? It is the object of string class. You remember str, right? So it's an object of string class. As you already know that there's a class of string, list, tuple, and set, dictionary. There is a class of every data type and everything that we have learned so far, right? So here this string is the object of our class string, okay, str. And this dot split, as you can see here, right, we used to call it method or function, right? So this is the method of our class string, okay. So maybe it's a little bit new to you, but don't worry, you'll be okay with it afterwards, okay. So here if I have string 2, here I have okay. So now this string 2 is also an object of my class, right? So now, no matter how many variables we define like this, which have a string in them, they all will be an object of our string class. Okay, and each of them will have access to the methods that are there in our class. Okay, suppose we have the method split in our class, but and we have used it on string, but is it like that after using it on string we cannot use it on string too? It is not like that now. We can use it with this also, and we can use it with this also, as it is a function, or you can say method, of our class. So we can use it with each and every object of our class. Okay, here if we hover it, you also see here it is written method. Okay, here about method functions, as you know that we call it a function here. So function defined inside a class are called methods. So suppose there's a class and we define the function as it is a function. So we need to define its working, that how will it work. So when we are defining it inside a class, that is called a method. Okay. So here let me write functions defined inside class. Okay. So here now let's create our own class. So we define a class using class keyword. Okay. So here we will write class keyword, and now we will write the name of our class. Suppose if my name is person, not my, it's my class name. Okay. Here after that we will put a colon, and now if you hover it you will see class person, right? Now we will write define. It's a method now because we are defining it inside a class. Okay. Now we will write underscore underscore in it underscore underscore. Now if you remember we use this underscore underscore doc also to find the doc string of a function, right? So these methods with underscore and after that again underscore underscore at the last are called dunder methods, right? So here let me write some points as well, that class is defined using class keyword. Okay. Here init is a dunder method. Okay, it is a dunder method. The methods which have double underscore at the end and at the starting are called dunder methods. And about this init, so init is also called a constructor. Okay, so it is also called a constructor. Okay, so these are some points for now. Now after this, we'll write, we'll put round brackets. Okay. Now inside these round brackets, the first thing is to write self. This self indicates this class in the class. So if it is written inside the class person, so it will indicate the class person. Okay. And here, as we are defining a method here, so you might think that we can write anything here, but no, you have to write in it only. Okay, like this. Now what qualities does a person have? He must have a name, age, and let's write first name as well. First name, last name, age. Okay. Now after this, we'll define instance variables. So here they are, instance variables. Here we will write self dot first name is equals to first name. Let's just copy it and paste it again. Here we will write oh sorry, here we have to write last name, last name, and here we have to write the age. Okay, so this is a class. I'll tell you what they are doing, but let me just create some objects as well, so I'm able to make you understand properly. So here, if I have a p1 class, p1 object, here we are making p1 as an object of our person class. Now after this, as you can see here, we have three parameters here. You won't take it as a parameter because it is just written to indicate the class, right? So the parameters will be started from after this self. Okay, so here it will be first name, last name, and age. So here first name Adrika, and then Bhadoria, and then age is 14. Okay, so now here's our class, here's our method, this one, and this is our object. So let me write here to make it more clear. Class, method, object. Right? So here we have written self dot first name, self dot last name, self dot age. We have just, they are just an instance. Right? Instance means variables. As you know, here we have written also. See, object, instance. Okay? So they are just an instance, and they are for this class, as self is indicating this class, right? So they are for this class only. Now after this, we have written equal to first name. So first name is this first name, this parameter. So whatever we will pass to this parameter will be the value of this self dot first name, the instance of this class. Now after this, whatever we will pass to last name will be the value of the instance of this class, and age will be the value of this class. See, like this. Now you'll see that we have written the names of the parameter and the instance same, right? But as they are the instance, or you can say variables, we can write anything here. So suppose, let me just first run it. Adrika Bhadoria. Okay, so here. So let me just comment this out. Okay. Now let's try to assess first name, last name, and age. Then I'll tell you what to do next. So here we will print p1 dot first name. As you can see, there are some instance. So first name, and then we will print p1 dot last name, and then we'll write p1 dot age. Okay, like this. Don't put round brackets after that. Okay, they are not the function, you are not calling them. See, Adrika Bhadoria 14. Now here, if I change these instance, suppose let's write first only. Okay, so here let's remove this name. Okay, first, last, and here let's write my age. So we have changed the instance. Now here, as you can see, they have changed the color as well. So here we will write p1 dot first, p1 dot last, p1 dot my age. So we have to access them using their instance variable. So see, Adrika Bhadoria 14. Okay, so here we just declare them using their parameters only, so that there's no confusion. Okay, so it is more clear. So hope this is clear to you. And now one more thing, guys. If you know that list class, string class, integer class, tuple class, dictionary class, they all have a small letter at the starting, right? They all are lowercase. But it is the convention, when you are making your own class, you have to use capitalized words. Means the first letter should be capital, right? It is only a convention, it is not a rule. If you want, you can use it like this also. Person. See, Adrika Bhadoria 14, right? Here, as I told you, it is only a convention. You can also use it. You can also make a class that have lowercase characters, right? Now, as I have made this object, I can make another object as well. P2 is equals to person, and age is 3. Okay, so here I have another object. Now this is also an object, like this, and these both are the object of my class person. Now here, if I don't give this parameter here, So it will throw an error like any other function, right? Because there are three parameters: first name, last name, and age. But I am passing only two arguments, right? So now I can access the first name, last name, and age of person 2 also, like this only, right? So now if I run it, see, Adrika Bhadoria 14, this is of person 1, Anika Singh 3, this is of person 2. Okay, you can make as many objects as you want of your class. Now let's make a method here. Okay, so here if I have a method define user info. Okay, now here inside the brackets we'll write self, and now there's no need to ask for first name, last name, and age. You just have to write self. That indicates our class. Okay, now here let's just print a string, f string. So here we will write first name, sorry, here we have to write self dot first name, self dot first name. Okay, and after this here we will write self dot second name, sorry, last name. Okay, is self dot age and then years old, right? Okay, so here as the self indicates our class, so now their instance have been declared, as you can see here. So here we are just using the instance variable of this class, so that, and we are using here self dot, so that it is clear to this function that we are using it of this class only, right? So here self dot first name, self dot last name is self dot age, years old. Okay, now let's use this function. If I write p1 dot user info like this, see, Adrika Bhadoria is 14 years old, right? So I think there's no gap between that. So now if I run it, see, now here as I told you that the method of the class can be used on each and every object that we have made. So we'll just copy it and paste it here and use it with person 2. See, this is of object 1, this is of object 2, this is of person 1 and this is of person 2. So hope it's clear to you. And now guys, one more thing I want to tell you is, here as we are writing self, we can write anything here. We can write ABC, right? But after this we have to write ABC everywhere. So let's copy it, and wherever you want to write this self, wherever this self is needed, you have to write ABC in place of self. So here we will paste it. And here also like this, 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 and this. Okay, so now let's run our program. So you'll see it is working the same way as it was doing earlier. Right. So, but according to convention, you have to use self only. It is also a convention only, it's not a rule, but according to convention, it is better that you use self. It will be more clear to you. Okay. So if we run it, you'll see it is working perfectly. So guys, now you can relate it with strings. This one. Here, the class, if we comment this out and let's write something here. Uh, String 3 is equals to str, and here let's write 15, so it will convert it into a string. Now if we hover this str, you can see it's a class, right? Now let's control and click it. See, here's our string class. As you can see it, here's our string class, and here of this class we have the objects string, string 2, string 3. They all are the objects of our class. Okay, and this split function is the method of our class. So if we find try to find this split, something like this. See, this is our split function, right? Here's the R strip, L strip, right? If you remember, I taught this also to you. Hope you remember all these things. See, strip, we have title also, we have upper, right? So we have all the methods here that we can use on each and every object of our string. Okay, so hope this is clear to you. So as we have function, class, method here, we have made this also. This is our class, this is our method, and here this is also our method. Okay, this is our method. Here they are the objects. Okay, and this is how we use the function. Okay, we call it a function here, but when we are defining it inside a class, it is a method. Okay, so hope this all is clear to you. See you soon in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for being with me till the end of the session. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And guys, I'll give the link in the description box. Please follow my blog as well. Thank you so much.